Whew. Yeah, sorry guys, it's been some time. I meant to do this much earlier. In fact, I actually did do it a bit earlier. But the commentary was not great, so I thought I'd just completely redo it. And I know it's been like 2 months in the making. But yeah, I definitely want to do a commentary on my experimental film for the Joel Haver Make a Movie During the Oscars thing. So yeah, I thought I'd just kind of go over any thoughts that I have, any little tidbits or behind the scenes stuff. Good evening. The name is Bill. I work in business. I already forgot what I was going to say with these. I kind of feel like somebody said one of the issues that they had with the film was that if you weren't familiar with the original video I did, if you weren't familiar with the person, you know, it kind of loses some of the stuff on the run of it. So I kind of feel like I did like a nice little like abbreviated thing of like, oh, here's a thing that I did in the past, and here's stuff related to that. And honestly, a lot of it was pretty personal. A lot of the project itself, but you know, there's a lot you could get out of that. What the fuck am I saying? So yeah, there's just a lot of inspirations. In retrospect, I kind of realized that I might have taken a bit of inspiration from Joel Haver's video, I Feel Like Such an Idiot, the one where he misses Halloween. So yeah, I kind of feel like, and yeah, just the whole like losing one's muse kind of aspect. You know, the whole project kind of helped with that. You know. I got a notification. A video upload of a challenge. Oh, Joel's got a new video up. Let's see what this is all about. I always felt this whole thing here was kind of weird. I wasn't sure how well it was going to be received with the whole, oh, well, he's kind of doing a video of the video while in the video. So it's just kind of like a videoception at that point. I should have gotten a pen and paper for... Oh yeah, I have a list of things that I want to talk about while I go through here. So yeah, inspirations. I already said a lot about Homestar Runner. I already talked about the inspirations. Here I talked about the inspirations of... I kind of wanted to make a video, and this was an excuse to make a video. And then in making this video, I remade an old video, and you know, that was a lot of fun. Just going back to the old video and recreating it shot for shot. I'll be honest, going through a lot of these rulings now, yeah, I'll actually talk about this later on. I wasn't sure after I submitted it if I was doing the rules correctly or not. Because I'm the kind of person that sends like 500 questions, like, oh, well, what about this or that or these scenarios? And I thought I had everything covered, and then after I submitted it, I'm like, oh, wait, did this cover that? So, you know, I don't... My whole process this last 2 months has been, don't worry about it. I mean, all these fucking questions here that I did, it's just, sorry, I'm going to swear a lot in this commentary. But yeah, I liked how a lot of the music that I added worked out. I'll be honest, some of the music I just added and it worked. This was one where I added and kind of had to move things around a little to make it work. But it did kind of fall in place where it needed to be. Yeah, so yeah, the two original ideas were something with the skeleton and something with the Jeopardy skit, as you'll see later on. I legitimately was going to do a Jeopardy skit at some point before I came up with the whole, let me do a movie about making my first movie. That Sonic mask, I just got that one time, and I'll probably throw up a photo of a Halloween costume I did of original movie Sonic as Michael Myers with a Sonic pizza cutter, which was like a whole big funny Sonic the Hedgehog fandom thing that happened. I had so many different shots of facial reactions, and we'll get back to that later. Something really interesting with that. I'm gonna have to fill in for lost time here. I asked a lot of people about, what could I have done better for the film, and I think the unanimous decision was this whole section I could have cut down a lot. If you're eagle-eyed, whatever, you'll notice that one of the things I did was slip in like the top video of the year, top movie of the year, like nominations into this whole skit. So I talk about like Prince Richard. I talk about this one was really forced. Where's that list?
So, I don't know what I was expecting.
Well, oh, the Power Dog. That's what it was.
Power of the dog, Yeah. Anyway, so listen, I want to.
I think another one I kind of forced was don't look up, and it's like don't look up this video. But they're all in there.
I think I've shown you one of Joel Haver's.
I think this one that's a stretch is what was it, Coda? I Coda bring something over to you. There was one that I had to really kind of stretch with it, but I'm kind of happy with how that turned out in the long run. Let me go over some statistical information while we're here. Camera I used was a Panasonic DMC-ZS5. Which, if you look that up, it probably will tell you that is old as shit. I think this is legitimately the exact same camera that I recorded the initial experimental film with. So that was probably 2008. So yeah, I've had this camera for quite some time. I used it for all my my college projects, as you'll see later in the film. As you'll see later in the film.
Time the Oscars air, and he put out this challenge for people to do videos of their own during the
what other things can I see here? Oh, I think I used the names Brandon and Wally here. I think initially what I wanted to do was use Brandon and James as kind of like a nod to the Scream TV series. For some odd reason, I just thought those are two first names. I'll just use two first names. And then I have several friends of those names. And I kind of wanted to use names that weren't related to actual friends. So if I sent this to them, they'd be like, what are you?
It's just kind of like a challenge of its own.
What, you think I wasn't going to be in your film? So I just changed it to Brandon and Wally, which was kind of also a nod to Biggs and Wedge from Star Wars. The very loose tie, but just I thought I'd just go through all the smallest, weirdest things with this whole film that I did. My arm is breaking out. Oh my goodness. It is now fully into spring and summer, so I'm probably going to be blowing my nose a lot. My apologies. My sinuses are terrible. Yeah, 30 to 40 minutes of a terrible skit.
I was thinking of like a skit with Jeopardy and
I like those curtains. Those curtains are actually pretty new. I kind of wish I didn't blank at this one part here where I was like, oh, two things to throw together. I still can't think of a good example for that stupid category. Probably something like That's All and Folks. Just jump together because that's, Looney Tunes. Stupid things like that. I'm clicking this pen. That's probably coming up a lot. Let me stop that. Nervous ticks.
Like word puns, so it'll be like
yeah. Sometimes I'm not great with improv. as you could probably tell from this commentary. Stardust Speedway lane. I don't even know what I was thinking of with that one. I have a Stardust Speedway like fan painting here. It's really nice. Let me take a picture of that. I'll add that in post-production when I submit this. Very nice. I forget who it's by. I should look that up again. It's behind the photo, and I'm too lazy to look that up. But I'm sure if you just I'll put it in the description once I get around to it. Here I am promoting somebody's artwork in the middle of a commentary track. I was actually gonna use the Yoda pup with that thing. I think that's basically what killed the idea for the Jeopardy skit. Was I noticed that the puppet that I had up there was falling apart. And I was like, let me not screw around with that. And then I thought maybe let me try to do like an anthology series of like different skits. And then I thought, nah, that's kind of a lot of work for something that needs to be thrown together.
I could drive my car
Icoda.
over to the supermarket and pick up some
Licorice pizza. That was another one I had to force. God, we had such weird movie titles this year. Such weird ones. So I said the type of camera. What is this? So type of camera issues. Oh yeah, I had a lot of camera issues, as you can see in the film. One thing that happened with this camera, I actually replaced it, and I have a second one of these somewhere. I don't know where that is. That would have been helpful when I filmed. But the issue with this was the zoom gets stuck sometimes. So that's why that one shot was all zoomed in, because I had it set up and then it slowly zoomed in as I was doing the script for that. So yeah, that didn't help. And the battery died like halfway through production, and there was like a whole half-hour period where I couldn't really do anything. So that kind of sucked. Oh, the other thing I wanted to note was with the still images. Some of them were added in post because I thought they were post-production. So I do want to apologize for that. I hope that's not an issue. There was only like a handful of them. And, I mean, technically anything that was like a stock photo counts as that too.
Hey, how you doing?
But, yeah, I worried about that, like, the week after I submitted it. Because it's one of those things you submit something and then, like, you notice, oh, I just noticed all these things that I did wrong, you know? It was a lot more scripted and polished. And though it took me years to finish it, I eventually did. Could I really do something like this in 3 hours? Did it? Really fun. It's ridiculous fun. Even if you don't like card games, it's you should definitely check it out. It's really great. Felt like I was working with bad hand. So it's one of those things where I like a lot of it. I liked it a lot, and I kind of wanted to shoehorn it into the thing. So it's like, hey, let me introduce this to people. And that line of me saying "come on" is actually that clip was edited together, and that part where I said "come on" is an earlier part of the clip where the game froze. And I said, let me just take that, put this in this later part, so it sounds like, oh man, come on, game.
You gotta be shitting me, game. Come on.
You'll see that I look to the right here, like instinctively, and that's because the bob-omb, as you'll see later in the film, did fall over. Far too cold, windy, and pollen infested to operate in. I'd have to stick to 1 or 2 rooms. There's the bob-omb again. I should have used that for the one thing. But yeah, the bob-omb did fall over, and I just instinctively just looked over there. But it worked well. This song, I think I had to do a little bit of editing on to move it around, but otherwise it actually fit in place. I think I maybe moved it maybe like an inch, but otherwise everything fit in place. And that's who's that by? Jupiter. Fantastic band if you haven't listened to any of their music. Really fantastic. I loved this video. That prior to the one that I'm commentating on right now, this was probably my favorite video. The whole Art of Gaming. No, it wasn't Art of Gaming. It was just like an introductory film for one of my classes in college. And man, I had a riot with that. It was so fun to do. Oh hey, this is me every single night since I've recorded the video, saying let me get the commentary track done before it's June.
Gotta be productive.
And then 8 hours later. I'm surprised Nintendo did not copyright strike me on this. I hope I didn't jinx that by saying that. Yeah, who cares? They don't care about Mother, so I don't think it'll be an issue. By the way, the reason my drawer is sticking out like that is because that drawer is broken, and it still is broken. Never fixed it. I should probably get it replaced. You would also notice the calendar is from 2015. I never replaced it. There was one other film of mine that I was probably going to use, which was a Art of Gaming horror film that was basically a Silent Hill parody that I did. And I wasn't sure where to put it, so I kind of cut it. But in retrospect, I probably would have put it here, so that, you know, I fell asleep watching it, and then had the nightmare scenario, and then woke up. That would have made a lot of sense. But oh well, it's too late now. I use that phrase a lot.
Ooh, okay, yeah, stepping back in again. Just want to apologize again. Just say, you know, this is strictly...
I do hope I didn't piss off anybody with this segment.
Wanna, you know,
sorry, Joel, but it is fun. I hope.
I do agree. In retrospect, I probably would
camera issues.
I probably should
description session.
You know, I just want to apologize to say, you know, it's just plot reasons. Okay, just plot reasons, nothing else.
Plot reasons.
Plot reasons. Let's get back to it.
How you doing?
I actually had to look up some of these. I'm like, let me just do an adjective and noun generator.
You capital of a city. You adjective of a noun.
How do you do it? How?
I did record this entire film with one light bulb because it died the day before, and I was like, you know what? I'm too lazy to fix that for this entire thing. Probably would have helped the lighting. Here I'm whispering The Telltale Heart, I believe. Or, no, The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Rick Astley, and I think I said something about, like, Inscription. And this is Inscription music. Yeah, Adobe Premiere was giving me issues the entire time, so it was kind of tongue-in-cheek nod at that. Just noticed that. What is that weird article effect at the top of the screen? I don't think that was the kite there. This whole thing, I swear on my life, this was not timed. This was not planned. Where my eyes kind of like, my eyes and my movements here match what I say. I recorded both of them separately. This entire footage here was supposed to be like B-roll footage that if I needed like a reaction, I could pull it from here and be like, okay, well, I need a surprise look. But, like, I threw the dialogue down. I made the dialogue. I threw the footage down and I said, let me see if any of this fits, and then I could use it. And then it fit so well with the facial movements. My jaw hit the floor, and I was like, I have to use this now. Which worked out better because I was just going to make this all, like, a blank screen. God, I really wish I could have
I
recorded
just had
this.
to record my thoughts straight on camera. On a shot that was well
You could
focused
tell I was pissed off that I didn't get the shot that I needed here.
for the film itself.
I came to realize
What a beautiful,
thinking about projects. I should
beautiful footage of my nostrils. Gotta send this to my doc. Pause the video. Pause the video. Okay, so here's what happened here. I was recording commentary, and then everything stopped recording. So rather than me redoing it, everything again, a third time, fuck it. I'm redoing this part, and I'll just figure out how to edit it in later. So we're getting back now.
to the old days.
Sorry about that, folks.
Don't worry about production.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I really wish I had redone this shot. This I thought it was funny to keep in, especially because, you know, the whole heartfelt message, and it was all personal to me and everything. Even though this is semi-fictional, but also semi-autobiographical in a way. But, you know, this whole section was funnier because of the serious dialogue and the terrible photo, the terrible video of my nostrils. So, I'm going to try to remember everything that I recorded for the last 10 minutes here. So yeah, I had a lot of issues with the camera. As you could say, much like now, Adobe was not working well with me. So, nothing's changed in the past 2 months. This section was good. I really like how the music worked well with this. Jupiter music is just fantastic. The burp at the end here was going to be at the beginning, but then I thought it worked better with me slowing down. I planned this part really early on, the slowing down with the you got to get it done.
And it had occurred to me.
This was kind of me just being like, hey, you know, I had fun, and I was able to do this within the time period allotted to me. Even though I fucked up here with the still images here. Pretty much the still images here is, if it's a still image, it's probably post-production. And then I thought, oh well, you know, I might have fucked up. Maybe I should have just kept it with the zoom-ins instead of these super zoom-ins with photos taken in post-proc. So, you know, I still might even just be wrong about that and looking too much into it. But you know, it's fuck it. It's 1 second of footage. I'm not going to worry about it. If it's an issue, Joel will shun me. He'll personally shun me. He'll come to my house and be like, Bill, you fucked up. You didn't understand the rules.
I ran out to my non-specific electronics retailer.
Watching this video over and over again, the old one, was just so
because if you're gonna go,
sublime melancholy. I did remove it for a time period because you know it was a shitty video. But then I was like, you know what? I had fun making it, and it's shitty and it's silly, but you know it's the first thing I ever made, and it was experimental anyway. So I was gonna record a scene here with me taking an SD card out of the potato, but that didn't end up happening. So,
conversion issues for every single.
But I still think the joke comes across well with the still.
Basically, is self-sustaining and powers itself, but I'm not really big into that, so I just have like a hour's worth of battery.
I haven't seen this actual video in a while, actually, in the past 2 months. So it is funny watching this over again. I should have just used my phone to record this. That would have been just much easier. You know, next time I do a video, I'll have a better camera and more people.
There's only one way to open
it. This was a picture of me. This might have been the last picture that I took for this thing in the editing process. But a lot of these had to be added post-production anyway, so I'm going to stop beating myself up over it. I like how I recreated the first film. And I did include bits and pieces of it in the film itself, just to showcase, okay, well, this is what I'm referencing. And, you know, in retrospect, I do realize that you do kind of lose a lot of the humor in this if you're not familiar with the original video, which is pretty much just me. So I made a film like whose target audience is myself. So I don't know, just you could see a lot of stuff hasn't changed. That room is still a mess. The couch is different. The hairline is different. Oh god, I hate joking about that. I should have moved that bleach. I already know how great it's. You probably could tell that I am a big fan of They Might Be Giants. It probably originated with Tiny Toons or probably Kablam. And then I kind of lost them for a couple years until Homestar Runner reminded me that they existed. And, you know, it's been a lovely relationship ever since. I had a lot of trouble with Implude here. In the original Windows movie production, they had like an explosion effect that you'll see in the original film. So I had to find like a close equivalent. I like this part here. I kind of wish that I didn't have the stuff jump around that much, but you know what? It's hardly noticeable. I like these newly added sections. These are all great. And these are all in-joke references. There was something else that I had said here in the original commentary, but I can't remember. What was it? I can't remember. I actually did a lot of that thing for B-roll footage, but I like the way that I pulled away from the lamp. That I used it again. I thought this film was funny. This part. Me jumping out of everything. You could see that the door here just kept like moving. The camera moved at some point. That mask is still creepy. I like that I did it for the costume, but I kind of hate that I ruined probably a rare piece now. A Chinese knockoff of original Sonic movie. Sonic. Ugly Sonic, as it's now known in media. I had that piece to kind of showcase everyone, oh, this is what I'm referencing. If they hadn't realized it already. I had that other Bob-omb. There was going to be a scene here of the Bob-ombs having an anniversary, but then I realized that I had less time to work with in the time frame of the song.
Though the editing software fought me,
so I kind of had to cut that down.
I've finally done it again. A new video.
And I died again.
Finished project. 3 hours and 7 days. Sure.
But yeah, this whole thing was a ton of fun. One thing I wanted to mention is you could see a mudkip there for a split second because I had the original film that I was using as a reference as I was editing everything, and that was from the original film because I hadn't edited that part yet. So it's like a kind of Fight Clubbed myself into it, and that whole thing with the notepad was a personal project of mine. Like a book ideas that I lost for like 4 years that I thought I lost, and that kind of killed a lot of my inspiration and muse for everything. And I found it doing this whole film. I love this edit here. I found it doing this film, and it really inspired me. Like, oh man, this is fate. This is destiny. I could work on this project now that I have all this stuff. This clip here was literally the last thing that I shot. It was probably like it was probably like a second over the time limit. I think the clip ended at like 11 o'clock, which was the end of my thing. So when I said that's literally all I have time for, it was literally all I had time for. But yeah, I found that thing again, the book ideas, and it's great. I could do that in another 2 months when I get my motivation in.
Just reflecting on videos that I've done in the past.
Yeah, this is fun. This whole commentary track was done, even though I had to re-record it a second time.
Honestly, it's just been a blast getting back.
I just checked it again now.
I really hope to do this again next year.
Please check out all this stuff in here. It's all great stuff. It's all fantastic.
Everyone else is in it as well. This has been really
great, and
All that music's fantastic.
Even
I
though it's about,
still
like,
need to
20
see
minutes.
all your stuff, but
Also, a quick note,
this
I
whole
think
thing
I
was
wanna
so
do a commentary
fantastic
track and put it on my channel,
that
of, like, weird things that happen, funny things that happen, and just
I'm talking
my
over
thoughts on
myself
the
here.
experience and things. So,
I'm gonna let myself finish up here, and then I'll edit.
I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful
Okay,
night.
bye, Bill. Good night. Good night, Bill. Probably said something about Civilization 6 here, even though I was just kind of like killing time for Lego Skywalker Saga, which it had a whole story of its own, but I digress. But yeah, this was fantastic. This whole experience was fantastic. Thanks to Joel again. I'm sorry I just belched. But yeah, this was great. I can't wait to do this again next year, possibly. I hope that we do this again. I know he's probably going to have more stipulations next time. But, yeah, I don't know what else to say. This whole experience has been great. I still need to see all your stuff. I hope that you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. I hope you enjoyed this commentary track. If there's anything else that I missed, that I probably missed, I'll probably throw it in the description or something. Any questions or comments for anything, like what inspired you to do this shot? What was the significance of the fucking bacon calendar? You know, the whole thing with that is that calendar's been up there for like 7 years now, and I never replaced it. I have a calendar in the other room that you'll see in the film, which is Goats and Trees Monthly. I get that every year now. It's great. Why do I get Goats and Trees Monthly? Because what is more compelling than to tell someone, oh yeah, I have a calendar at home. You know what's on it? Oh, well, flowers, state stuff. No, goats and trees. Oh, you mean goats and also trees? No, goats in trees. Oh, like together? Yeah. I'm going to take a swig of water there. But yeah, thank you very much. I'm going over the commentary. And love you guys. Have a good night. Bye. Please record this time, damn it.